Welcome, everybody, to the Crossing Swords pregame show. I am Dwayne, your special host tonight, and with me, I have intern Cullen. I don't even know who the hell he is, but he's here. Never met him before. We're meeting for the first time. And none other than Trevor Hauer from the Power Hour podcast. Guys, how the hell are you tonight?
I don't know if you guys listened to my show last night that was live at FredoniaRadio.com, but I had to let everything out. I had to let everything out about the Sabres, but you know what? Tonight's a new night. Let's go Buffalo.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head there, man. It's been quite the whirlwind here in Sabres land. I'm pretty loud about it. That's no secret. Actually, in the latest episode of Two Goalies, One Mic with Eric Engels from Montreal, right after we got done with Eric, me and Cully literally yelled at each other for 30 straight minutes. And I say yell at each other, I mean we yell at each other because of just agreeing to disagree about certain things and the problems within the Sabres. But, that's where I'll start off with you, Cullen. Obviously, coming off another loss, back-to-back shutout losses to the Philadelphia Flyers. Coming in tonight, we find out I don't know if we found out the lineup. We're still waiting for that to get released.
Posted right as you were starting the show.
Literally, okay, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
I'm looking
you
at
want
it
to
right
give us
now.
the rundown real quick here?
Yeah. First line, we got Jack, Olofsson, and Reinhart. No surprise there. Second line, your favorite guy, Dwayne, Kyle Okposo. He's on the wing. He's on the wing next to Stahl and Hall. Cousins on the third line with Eakin and Ryder coming back from the game off the other night. And then we got
fourth line. Woo!
Yep, fourth line, Skinner, Lazar, Sheehan. We do get Risto back tonight with Darlene on the top D pairing, Montour and Bryson, and then Yoki Haru and Miller with Carter Hutton in net.
I'll kick it right over to you, Trevor. Tell the people how you're feeling right now.
I'm just saying I'm 20 years old and I can't partake in this just yet, but is anyone pre-game drinking already as like a way of therapy after listening to that freaking awful lineup? We know that Olofsson is bad 5-on-5. We know that Jeff Skinner scored 32 goals in that 40-goal season. 32 of them were 5-on-5 goals. It's just so unbelievable. Why wasn't Kruger fired yesterday morning? I'm already yelling, and the game hasn't even started yet. The Sabres are digging their own grave right now. It's just so annoying.
It is. It's crazy annoying. It's like I question, what did Kyle Okposo see in that building? He must have seen something go down, and he has a ton of leverage because it makes zero sense to anybody who has common knowledge of hockey, just really hockey at all, that why is Kyle Okposo still in your top six? You watch the games. He clearly cannot keep up with the play. He can't. He can't keep up with the play at all.
No,
he can't. If anything, and I was having a conversation with a good buddy of mine. If anything, my ideal top six right now, would be Reinhart, Skinner, Eichel. Is your top line. You get that line back together, and then you give the kid, the workhorse from Whitehorse, a chance at center on the second line, and you wing him with Taylor Hall and Victor Olofsson.
That is an elite top six without
Agreed.
Kyle Okposo.
100% it is.
Kyle Okposo has no business being on the third line, but when you stick him in line two, like that's just a total kick in the nuts. That's like, oh yeah, the Sabres fans don't know anything. That's what Kruger thinks. I'm just going to throw Kyle Okposo on the second line. Kruger, why are you still here? Why are you still here?
Yeah, I don't know what Cousins did that got him like that. That line was working. Hall, I mean, we weren't scoring goals as much as we want them to, but Hall, Stahl, and Cousins were working. They were getting the pucks in and they were getting shots on net. And obviously we're not seeing them go in, which we want to see, but that line was working. So then you give Cousins a game off and then put him back in the third line. You keep Okposo on line two. That's just mind blowing.
Skinner's not going to do crap on line four. We said that all year. You're going to throw him in to the game. Here's my prediction, okay? Early prediction. We'll be down by 2 or 3 goals with 5 minutes to play. Kruger's going to bring up Skinner up to the first line with Jack Eichel during garbage time when it doesn't even freaking matter.
And then say he didn't play well when he had his chance with Eichel.
It's mind blowing because, and that was another subject of the previous episode of Two Goalies when Mike was one of the reasons Claude Julien lost his position in Montreal, and it's something that stuck with him for a long time, is his inability to make in-game adjustments. And Kruger does the same thing. He refuses to, or when he does, he doesn't stick with it. You can't expect Jeff Skinner to pass in any way to literally have any lasting impact in the game when you constantly only give him a shift or two, not even a full period, and you yank him right off that top line or that second line and put him right down the fourth line. Like last game, our best scoring chances came when he was on that top line with Sam and Jack. They had him hemmed in their own zone. They couldn't get the puck out. It was like what, 4 minutes? Like that was the most dangerous that team was. And what does Real do? He sends them right back down to the fourth line.
If you're watching film, if you're truly watching film, you know that's exactly what Dwayne, what you just said is 100% true. I don't think they're watching any of the tape during practices or maybe at the end of practices. I'm convinced they're not doing any of that, because if they did, Skinner would not be on the fourth line. Kyle wouldn't on the second line. And also, another part of Ralph Kruger that I can't stand is that Kruger is a liar. Did you listen to the post game, Dwayne? I know you went live after that whole thing was done, but did you listen to Koziel's post game after Sunday afternoon's game?
I missed it, but I did see some of the post game interviews, and Ralph was caught in a lie. He mentioned that Jack, the game he was a late scratch, Jack was hurt in warmups, which was a big head scratcher. Like, how? What do you mean hurt in warmups? When did that happen? How do you get hurt in warmups? Because we all knew of the injury, we all seen how much pain he was, and we all heard that he was in pain at the airport, and we assumed it was during that little scrum with Nico Hischier behind the net. And then he just says, no, that wasn't it. And then Jack goes, no, I got hurt in New Jersey. That's when it happened. So is he treating fans like they're stupid? Did he really mix up like his words? Is he like backpedaling? It just seems like he's in over his head. It's just, I just can't stand the stupid buzzwords anymore with Ralph Kruger, sticking to principles, accountability. You are the least accountable person apparently in the entire franchise, because if you're the big analytics guru that everyone made you out to be, then how is it that you don't see what everybody else does?
Screw analytics. And you know what? Screw Ralph Kruger too, because he obviously, listen, you're in your press conference. Somebody from the Sabres media literally asks you and tells you, okay, Jack said this. I got hurt during the game in Jersey, straight up. What was the whole business about what you said about injuries and warmups? Ralph didn't even try to cover his ass and said, oh, that just wasn't true. He makes up some BS thing where he's like, no, he did have a different injury. And he's leaving the fans and all the reporters in a wild goose chase, in a never-ending tailspin. And it's just so asinine. So listen to Kruger and look at the performance on the ice. Look at Jack Eichel, how he played under Dan Bilesma and Phil Housley. I take that right now. Ralph Kruger needs to hit the road. I'd rather hire Dan Bilesma or Phil Housley back than Ralph Kruger.
How are you feeling, Colin?
Oh, I'm just having a great time here. You guys are hitting the nail right in the head. Everything you're saying. Kruger, he needs to go. We have a group chat, me and my buddies. It's called, let me look up the name of it. We're all, my one guy, he hates Ristolainen. He thinks he's terrible. He's a big analytics guy too. I don't know where that comes from. But our new group chat name is Ralph Kruger Days Left. And right now it's set at 2. My friend just made that. We're kind of hoping that it's like 0.5 after this game. We hope he hits the hay and gets out of here. But he's all these phrases, all these getting caught in a lies. Like, okay, if Jack said that he was hurt in the Jersey game, well, why can't you come out and say that? Like, what was the point behind you saying, oh, he got hurt in warmups? Like, what difference does it make? Be honest with us. You can't just come out and say, oh, he got hurt in warmups, and then have him come out and say, oh yeah, I was hurt the game before. Like, what point does it make? It doesn't make any sense as to why he would do that, let alone that he did it in the first place.
Yeah, it doesn't make a ton of sense. Another thing that doesn't make a ton of sense, and I can't believe I'm saying this of all people, I'm actually upset that Casey Middlestat was sent back to the taxi squad tonight. I don't understand that move because he's actually been performing well the past 3 or 4 games. And it's just this game is built so much about speed and skill. And you just continuously, and again, it goes right back to the Okposo thing. What has Kyle Okposo done to justify the ice time he gets? He led the team in ice time in 5-on-5 last game. That is bananas to me. Absolute bananas. That you literally can't justify Kyle Okposo leading the entire team in 5-on-5 ice time, and on top of that, getting power play time. It makes 0 sense. 0 sense. Just as much as it didn't make sense for Dylan Cousins to be in the press box, it doesn't make any sense for Casey Middlestat to be in the press box tonight.
Jacob Bryson, who wasn't in the game Sunday. What the hell? Like, you got to bring
He's back in the lineup tonight.
That's good. That's good. But the reason why Kyle Okposo is getting these top 6 numbers is because there's a letter on his shoulder that has an A on it, and Kruger's like, he must be a good player, despite all the garbage hockey he's been playing, and he still sticks him in that role because he has an extra letter on his chest.
I mean, I think it goes beyond that. Like, I think it's more or less the respect he supposedly has in that locker room. Personally, after his comments 2 weeks ago, when I've said this so many times, when they didn't record a shot in the third period of a game they were losing 3-1, and he comes out and says, "It is what it is. We had a bad period." Really, Kyle? Is what it is. Kyle, it is what it is, Okposo. A on your jersey, $6 million a year, the most tenured player on the roster right now. That's your response. That doesn't tell me how much that guy cares anymore, and he's literally there collecting a paycheck. I can't, there's nothing in his game that shows me he should be on the ice anymore. The game has clearly passed him by. Without a doubt, it's passed him by. So there's literally no reason anymore for him to be in the lineup. Other than, injuries, that's when you come up with the taxi squad, wave him, buy him out, do whatever you got to do. But we got about a minute left here. Predictions. I'll start with you, Cullen.
I think I took the Rangers -1.5, or maybe it was 2.5 tonight. So I know I don't like Hutton in net. I don't know.
He hasn't been bad, though. Carter Hutton has not been bad. And it pains me to say that. That doesn't pain me to say that because I've predicted he's garbage all year, but he hasn't been bad.
I'm just hoping, hopefully, it's midway through the game we can get at least a couple goals on the board. 2 straight shutouts is pitiful when you guys are getting paid millions of dollars to play a game. Get out there and care. I really hope Cousins can kind of stick it to Kruger tonight and say, hey, why was I in the press box last game? Why am I on the third line with these guys? Get me up here. I really hope we don't see Okposo in the second power play, even though he probably will be there again. But I'm going to go. Yeah, for sure. Even with Risto coming back, he's going to be out there. Let's give me Rangers 4-1 tonight.
How about you? What's going on, Trevor?
I mean, I think that the goal drought ends tonight, but we only score 1. I hate those freaking lineups, so I'm going to say Rangers 3, Buffalo 1.
Rangers 3, Buffalo 1. I'm gonna try and be optimistic about it. I'll go against the grain here. Even though my better judgment says I shouldn't, pick the Sabres to win, I'm going to pick the Sabres to win. I really do believe, Jack finally finds his way tonight. I know he's been battling through an injury literally all season, and on top of that, another injury that took place in Jersey. The guy is clearly it's a lingering injury from training camp, and now this New Jersey injury. So I hope he really comes out, guns a-blazing tonight. Finally gets that monkey off his back. Taylor Hall too. He is more than due for a goal. So I think that first and second line really puts one in the back of the net. Finally let's hope it happens early too, so we don't go 9 full periods without scoring a goal. So it'd be great. Yeah, that'd be awesome. But I will say 3-1 Sabres tonight. Mark it down. It'll happen. Probably not. But that has been the Crossing Swords pregame show, everybody. We will talk to you between the first and second period. And remember that this pregame show has been brought to you by Manscaped. Use the code word TRAINWRECK to get 20% off your entire purchase. All capital letters, TRAINWRECK, 20% off plus free shipping. Trainwreck. Let's go Sabres.
Let's go.